Hello and welcome, dear viewer, to my channel. Today in our video, I will tell you what stories people have sent me in the mail. My husband sends money to a woman over the last 4 years. I got married at 19 years old. My husband is 15 years older than me. Our marriage is quite happy, and in terms of material comfort, we are doing fine. We have settled in the US for the last 20 years. Recently, I found out that he often sends money to a woman named Trang. When I asked my husband about it, he said she lives in Vietnam and her child is sick, and that he sends money to help her. She is living with her husband and 2 children. I trust my husband, though we do argue about that incident. He has sent her money for the past 4 years, totaling up to $10,000. He began messaging her on social media in February 2019 and continued doing so until November 2022, which is when I first learned about it. He frequently messages other ladies, I should add. I learned this before, but this time is different because it has to do with money issues. I really want to get divorced. However, given that we have 2 kids together and I am 3 months pregnant, I am really perplexed. Dear readers, I'm hoping you can provide me with some guidance. My boyfriend has no intention of marrying me despite our 10-year relationship. My boyfriend has not had any affairs and he has never stopped loving me. Could it be that he only needs love without a marriage commitment? I have been with a man for nearly 10 years since we were students. Together we have been through many ups and downs, yet we are still together even now. I have always imagined our future with a happy wedding, and I would love to have our own children. However, I feel that my boyfriend is not truly interested in building a family together. Even though I am sure he still needs me by his side, I can feel his emptiness whenever we have a fight. He can share everything in his life and his work with me without getting bored, yet I have never heard him say anything about getting married. When I mention it, he always tries to ignore the topic. He is super excited when it comes to his passions, hobbies, and even willing to spend large amounts of money for them, but I have never seen him making a financial plan for our future or saving money for our wedding. I don't want to cause pressure in love, but as a woman, my youth is limited, and I can't just be in a relationship without knowing what our future will be. We have spent a long time next to each other, but now I feel I am lost in this love with no clear direction. My boyfriend neither cheats on me nor stops loving me. Is it likely that he only wants love without a marriage commitment? Please give me advice on what I should do and how I should discuss this with my boyfriend to have the best direction for our relationship and our future. The cautionary story of my stubborn ex-wife. My wife was quite stubborn. Before we got married, she was polite towards my parents, but not anymore. We don't even live with my family, but she keeps criticizing them. At first, my parents were very caring towards my wife, as though she was their own daughter. But once they saw her insult someone on social media, they advised her against it. They were very polite, but my wife got angry and told me that my parents interfere too much with her private life. She had some very harsh words for us, and her reaction shocked us all. I was quite angry at the time. My parents told me to sympathize with my wife because she hadn't had the opportunity to be educated. My parents told me that they would stop interfering in her private life and told me to be more gentle towards her. I talk quite gently to my wife and have tried to make her understand that I don't want her relationship with my parents to get worse. However, she still insults me and my family regularly, whether the topic comes up or not. When I sense things are wrong and headed in this direction, I keep silent and consider whether there is anything wrong with the way I communicate with her. I also try to put myself in her position and sympathize with her. However, every time I try to talk to her, she becomes angry. I try to tell her to be less aggressive, but it does not work. I try to change the strategy and be more assertive, but that doesn't work either. Gradually, I've realized that she is stubborn by nature and has a big ego. She gets angry as soon as people try to criticize her. When she gets angry, sometimes she insults me. I am not angry at her about such things. I love her and care about her. She has her own good traits, considerate towards other people. She treats her friends well and is loved by them, caring towards her parents and loyal in love. The only problem is her stubbornness. I have tried to help in many ways. I've bought self-help books for her. When she doesn't want to read them, I read them for her. I've even found and sent her some good videos about real-life situations. I am also very polite and respectful towards her parents. I only wish she would try to understand and try to fix her stubbornness. And yet no matter what I try to do, it doesn't work. Her words and actions make me feel that she does not love me as much as I love her, and that she doesn't seem to respect me either. But when I told her that, she argued and said she respects me a lot. She doesn't seem to realize that her words, actions, and mannerisms don't reflect that sense of respect. After a while of enduring stress both at work and at home, I decided to spend a few days rethinking our marriage. I do have my flaws. I'm not good at housework. I still remember that once I did something wrong and she insulted me. I know that I have a hot temper. However, I do try to apologize and improve. I think that I am still an okay person despite some flaws. I think I am not so bad that I don't deserve respect from her. I am not an alcoholic. I don't have affairs. I came to believe that our marriage was not good for either of us, so I decided to give up on it. But before ending things, I still tried to help her one last time, and told her that if she doesn't try to be less aggressive, one day I will end the marriage. Yet she didn't seem to take my words seriously enough. The day I told her to end the marriage, she thought I was joking. When she saw me take my stuff out of the house, she got angry and threatened me. But I had already thought carefully enough about the matter, so I simply said, "I gave you enough chances. You know my personality. I always keep my word." That's the whole story. It seems simple, but it's been very painful for me. I hope things will get better as time goes by. I'm not writing to give anyone advice. I simply want to share my story to help you prepare for your marriage. I hope you are stronger than me and that you and your husband can get along better. My mother doesn't want to divorce, though she is struggling so much. From the outside, our family seems ideal. In reality, my father is heavily addicted to alcohol and cigarettes. He is also jealous, controlling, and abusive toward my mother. My family has only a few members: my parents, me, and a younger sibling. I am married and live separately from my parents, but I visit them on weekends. My sibling works far away from home and rarely visits our parents. I always try to convince my father to give up smoking and drinking and to treat my mom better. Yet things don't seem to improve. If anything, he just keeps getting worse. Things went too far today. Mom was just hanging out with her friends, and yet my father got so angry that he poured gasoline in the house and threatened to burn it down. There are many other horrible things he does that I can't describe here. I tell my mom that she should divorce my dad, but she doesn't want to. She keeps tolerating this horrible situation. I really don't understand why she behaves like that. I am very concerned about her. What should I do, dear readers? I just want to be able to visit my children, not my ex-wife. I am 44 years old. I got divorced 2 years ago. I and my ex-wife have 3 daughters together, 12, 3, 1.5 years old. My wife is gentle but assertive. She is good-looking and educated. We did not plan to have a 3rd child together, but things got out of control and her health was also affected after birth. When our 3rd daughter turned 5 months old, my wife wanted to divorce me, saying that I was too controlling and demanding. After the divorce, I let my ex-wife take care of the children and to start other relationships. I visit my children several times, which she does not oppose. When the 2 younger daughters started school, my wife got exhausted since she has to work 14 kilometers away from home and has to take care of 3 children. She requested that I take care of the children on the weekends so she can relax a bit. Since her hometown is quite far, she doesn't have any relatives close by. I can't take care of the children, however. When I once took my lover on vacation while ignoring the 3 kids, she became very upset. But every time I go to see the kids, I find her sadness and animosity to be incredibly upsetting. One day, we had a very big argument. I told her that since she gave birth too many times, my current lover hesitates and does not want to get further in the relationship. My ex-wife asked me to educate my teenage child. I seriously wonder why she still gave birth to the 3rd child when I asked her to abort. As a mother, I think she has the responsibility to take care of the children, although she is the manager of a big state-owned corporation. I really don't want to see or interact with my ex-wife much. I only want to visit my children sometimes, without the responsibility of caring for them. Write in the comments what you think about these stories. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you like it. Also put a bell so you don't miss new videos. See you soon.